this video, I'm gonna cover how to choose the right CRM for your contracting business. What's up, everybody? I'm Mike Claudio, owner of WinRate Consulting and host of the Big Stud Podcast. I appreciate you guys. You've been subscribing. I was all over you on the last couple of videos, and I see it. We've been growing. The channel's been growing. The engagement's been growing. Ultimately, the impact has been growing, which is why I do this. But I see a lot of clients that we coach at WinRate trying to figure out what CRM is right for them. Let's start with the defining of CRM, Client Relationship Management Tool. It's what it's for. It's engaging with, communicating with, keeping track of all your client information. So if you're still using spreadsheets, or you're still handwriting stuff, or you still don't have a good way to keep up with your client information, your project data, when you've talked to somebody, potentially estimates, invoices, job expenses, all those things can be done through a CRM. And it can be difficult to choose one. There are literally thousands of options out there, and there's a reason. They all do things a little bit differently. And most, you'll probably never even use for the majority of what it can do. Most people, I'd say, probably use 20 to 30% of the capacity of their CRM. But in your case, it could just be this. There's three things and three steps of the process I like to follow. So step one, figure out what your peers are using. I don't want to call them competition because I think collaboration with other people in the similar industry or a similar type of business or similar market is using. That way they can help you understand how to implement it quickly, what they're using it for, how they're using it. So maybe you don't know how to see somebody locally, but maybe you find somebody who does what you do throughout the country or somewhere else that you can ask. And so instead of going the marketing route and hearing the sales pitch from a CRM, ask your peers. What are they using? Step two, where I think the second part of this is understanding what do you want to use your CRM for? Is it communication with your clients? Do you want to use text messaging, email? Do you want to keep up with notes? Do you want to keep up with pictures? Do you want to keep up with estimates, invoices, job costing, job expenses? Because some CRMs are just for client communication, right? A sales tool. But especially in the construction industry, there are CRMs that blend in production management as well, like the Builder Trends, Job Nimbus, Job Progress. These are more CRM and production management tools where you can keep up with schedules and job costs and invoices and expenses, and you keep up with your profit margins and all those different things that go into running a successful business. So if it's not just CRM, maybe it's full production management. So understanding what you want to use it for is really a very important step in the process because they're all going to do some things similarly, they're all going to do some things differently, and they're all going to be at different price points, and they're all going to be at different customization levels, right? So like Builder Trend, you can customize indefinitely. Others are a little bit less customizable. They're more out of the box, easier to implement quickly. So, but understanding what you want to use it for is incredibly important in the process because then you can make your list and find the CRM that fits your need as opposed to going into the marketplace and figuring out what's the right CRM for you. Because like I said, there are literally thousands. They all do something similarly. They all do some things differently, but ultimately it's going to slow you down trying to go out and figure out what's the right one for me because they all think they're the best. Figure out what you want to use it for. I think it's the second part of the process. Third, understanding the technology side of a CRM I think is very important. How you actually use the application. Like, is there a mobile app? Can you use it on an iPhone? Can you use it on an iPad? Can you use it on a desktop? How does the app actually function? Because it's not just you as the business owner. When you're implementing a CRM, it needs to be user-friendly for your employees, and user-friendly for your customers potentially. It needs to be user-friendly for everybody that you involve as you scale, especially if you use it for the full production management side of things, your office manager, your accountant, your bookkeeper, all these different people may be utilizing the app. So even though you might love one as the business owner, understanding how user-friendly it is for everybody and how the technology will plug in. What other APIs does it have? APIs, it's the way that other applications plug into your CRM. Like some will allow QuickBooks, others will not. Some will allow other third-party marketing apps to plug in, others will not. So understanding the technology side of what you're using already and how user-friendly it's going to be to implement that. So in recap, three things you need to do to figure out your CRM. Talk to your peers. Competition locally, other people that do what you do throughout the country, figure out what they're using, how are they using it, why are they using it, what other things have they looked at, how do they settle on the one they did. Step two, figure out what you want to use it for. Is it just CRM and client communication? Do you have the production management side involved? What are all the pieces you'd like to have so you can basically take that set of activities and go figure out the right CRM that fits for that. And then third, understand the technology and integration implementation side of things. How easy and user-friendly is it gonna be for not just you, but your current employees, your future employees, your customers, your vendors, everybody involved. How easy is it gonna be to plug into your ecosystem? Again, I'm Mike Claudio, owner of WinRate, and I want you to win fast and win often.